Hi, this is Marie, and today we're going to color this adorable stamp set called Bestie Party Ever by Sherri and Baldy. And it has so many wonderful little images to be able to color and sentiments as well. Will make a perfect little holiday celebration birthday stamp for any kind of card or project that you may want to do. Now, many people wonder how to do glasses when they're on the face, and so this video will deal with coloring her skin tone and then putting glasses on her. Coloring the glasses, getting the shadow in. We will begin by establishing a base coat. It'll allow for smoother blending of your colors. We'll keep this really super light. And then we will take our mid-tone and basically map out where we want to have our shadows. This technique will allow you to still be able to adjust your shadows until you get them the way that you would like to have them. If you're using other types of markers other than your Copics, you'll just use a skin tone that is a little bit darker, has a little more gray in it. We're going to darken that with an E2-1. It has a little more gray than, say, a 1-1 would be, so it works well for shadows, but I may want to add my 1-1 back in there as well because it will give it a little bit more vibrancy. And if you look up at the face, you'll see that I did apply a little bit of a cast shadow under her glasses, the rim area, because you're not going to want to ignore that part. That makes it a little bit different than doing the regular face. The rim will cast a little bit of a cast shadow. Now we're blending out just a little with our E00, kind of on the outer edge, flicking toward the highlight. Normally I wouldn't do the arms and legs at the same time, but I know your time is precious and I'm trying to really keep these videos really super short for you. Normally I would just stick to the face at the same time because you really want to use your markers while your ink is still wet. Now I think I do want to give a little bit more of an oomph to my shadow, so I'm using my E11 just for a little bit more vibrancy, make it pop a little more. And then I'll go back over that again with my E21. Just keeping that on my shadow areas where we're not getting the direct light, and any area that is in shadow because of, say, the glasses or her bandana. And we're blending out a little with our mid-tone, our E00, from the outer edge of your shading, flicking toward your highlight. I like to go over my images multiple times, but bear in mind every time you do that, you lay down more color particles and your image will darken somewhat. So you want to be aware of that and make sure that you're not going over too much with your highlight, because you really want to keep that contrast between your shadows and your highlight. I'm going to add a little bit of blue to her eye. This is a very simple method, putting a dark B24 in the upper corners of her eye and then flicking downward a little on that iris of her eye with my B000. This is a very basic coloring of the eye. It is not the advanced technique where you would take your, flicking and from the pupil down and all that. This is a very simple technique for an eye color. Now I'm going to be doing the outer edge of her rim, and I'm not giving a lot of attention to reflective light on this. I'm just applying a very dark blue around the outer edge. I will put a little bit of a lighter blue on there, just a little, but not giving much attention to any reflective light there. Again, this is very basic. putting that in, blending out. She's beginning to take shape, but I think I want to put a little color on her lips before we finish the glasses. And we're going to make it really bright, kind of a cherry red, with an R39 in the very outer corners and a horizontal line very lightly touching the area and blending out with my R32. If you have a little touch of white, that's okay for highlight. Now let's get back to the lens on her glasses. My TO will not give a lot of color to this, but it will moisten the lens a little and allow my darker color to blend pretty smooth. Now we're taking the T2, because I chose this because I want to still be able to see her skin through there. I don't want to darken her shades too much, but if you wanted a little darker, you could bump that up to a T3. But there you have it. You can see her skin through it, and yet it clearly looks as if the lens is colored. Now on Thursday, my next video will be on her hair color. Hope you give this stamp set a try. You'll find a lot of cute images on it. Thank you for watching.